Hello, my beautiful co-creators. Welcome to the Manifestation Queen podcast, where reality bends to meet your frequency. This is where we embody our brilliance, step into daily miracles, perfect love, and inner harmony, and where it becomes a way of being. Here we receive more by doing less, refine our perception, and adjust our crowns as needed. If this episode landed in your field, it's because you're here on purpose. So, thank you for being here, and let's get started. Also, we have realized a lot of you guys are not subscribed yet. So, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe now so that you don't miss any of this beautiful, juicy, informative, and sustainable skills for your manifestation lives and chapters. And so, make sure you subscribe in short form. Okay. So, how are you all doing today? Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. I never really know what day it is. I feel like I am so just in non-linear time at all times, just in the flow of things. And yeah, I feel like every day is just so fun and we're just going with it, Every day that we get to become bigger in our missions and in our lives, it's just a blessing. So I just want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for giving me your energy, your time, and your presence, because it means a lot. A lot of these posts recently that I'm seeing on Instagram and on social media and in this digital world, it seems so strategic and so logical and just numbers and how many views, how many likes. But I just want to say that even one person here spending your time with me, it means the world. And I see you, I feel you, and I just want to say thank you for being here. So yeah, let's see. We have so much stuff coming up. By the way, I have been working a lot behind the scenes, and we are launching Play Bigger. So the price just doubled from last night at midnight. It went from $44 to $88. And what we're doing in this class is really getting big into playing bigger in your life, in your business, and in your entire relationships. So I wanted to touch a little bit on that. And then the High Vibe Collective is also open for any applications. And then if you do want more of a one-on-one VIP tier, I am launching the Attuned package later this month. So on the 30th, that will be available. And so you can join that. That's where we do energetic harmonization, we do frequency calibration, and really calibrate you to the customized next level of your expansion so that you can hold it, sustain it, and exceedingly abundantly progress in whatever next level that looks like for you, whether it's millions to billions, whether it's day 1 to day 30, however that looks for you, we're here for you. This is not a one type person specific avatar by any means. This is for anybody in any industry, in any level of business, of life. So yeah, what's up, guys? So yeah, we're looking at the chat. If you want to drop in, tell us where you are, tell us what you're feeling, tell us what you're doing. And yeah, I just am here to really hang out with you guys and see how you're feeling. Just have a quick chat just to replenish and refresh. And let's see what we're manifesting today. So, lately I've been feeling in different areas, right? If we're not intentional about certain things, I know that I can get back into autopilot, where for me that looks just completely chilling out and just trying to avoid my calendar, avoid anything that I can, and just avoid all of the plans and stuff like that. So that for me is my autopilot. And so in a sense, that's kind of shrinking, right? So with Play Bigger, we're trying to get really intentional about those things, how they look, and how we can release them and then go into that bigger level of expansion. And so I want to ask you, and I want this question to really be deeply thought into and just have that intention of where is some place that you are working harder and you feel like a little bit of force in your life? Where are you like showing up, giving it all, and not really feeling the results that you're hoping for? Maybe something feels off. Maybe, you just feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels, right? So you don't have to answer that right away. You can just kind of sit with that. We'll plant the seed and see what comes throughout the day. But if you can't think of something, you can drop it in the comments and tell us what you're feeling. For me, I feel like, again, it's like this strategic and numbers game that I've been really feeling on the internet that I kind of want to move away from. And so for me, I want to kind of get back into my creative flow. I want to pour into what lights me up and like leave the outside world where it's at and not really care about what the other trends are, what the other people are doing. And I want to really connect more inward with that creative genius, with the brilliance, the pro brilliance that we talk about. And so maybe it looks different for you. Maybe you can resonate with that. And so we can just become intentional about that. And so, yeah, I feel like there is something that we can amplify. And that doesn't mean that what we're doing now is wrong by any means. That doesn't mean what we have been doing is wrong. It just means we're expanding, So where do we want to expand? Where do we want to amplify? Where do we want to go? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? What does it sound like? All of the things. And so we can just leave that previous chapter behind. We don't have to attach to it. It doesn't have to be part of our identity. So yeah, I'm really getting passionate about this because, again, I see so many of people, and once you see something, it's hard to unsee it, right? So after learning these strategies that really help me disconnect from all of that other things, right? That framework that I've created, I can really see so many people that could benefit from this. And throughout my own experience, like how I've transformed, I like to say I live in a bubble, but like also that is so important to really be able to tune out the noise and get like super laser focused and really be clear on like what matters to you. Where are you leaking the energy? Where do you want to pour the energy into? Where could you take that energy that's leaking and pour it into something that will give you an ROI on it, right? And so for me, I can totally feel like once I'm really interested in something, once I feel like time doesn't exist, that's when I know I'm like plugged into what I want and what really lights me up. And so when we're paying attention to those indicators, it's so simple, but we have to kind of slow down and become aware of the things that are happening in our environment, in our bodies, in our minds. And so if we just slow down a little bit, we can really tune into those subtle reactions within our body, within our mind. And yeah, so for me, playing bigger looks like just not caring about the outside world and doing the things that I want to do regardless of the opinions of others, regardless of what anyone will think. And, it's something that I'm able to exercise. Like I haven't always been this way, but now I can really recognize if something comes up, I'm like, wait, what was that? Why did I feel like that? And just get super still in that, even if it means for me too, like slowing down on my coffee. So this morning I did not have a cup of coffee. Usually I have 2 cups to the face. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what comes through, because sometimes we can overload our systems too with like so much that we're like, it's not natural and it disconnects us from what wants to come through. So yeah, what are we forcing right now? I want to ask you guys, what do you feel a lot of push in, right? Like, where do you feel the forcing energy, the pushing? Is it in your content? Is it in your sales? Is it in your visibility? What is it? Is it in your love life? Is it in your friendships? Like, where do you feel that push and not so much the reciprocity. Where is that reciprocity lacking, and where would you like more of it? Sit with that for a little bit. And again, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat.
We have one chat right now. Just someone said Rogelio or something. Rose says.
Oh, hey, baby daddy, at peace with yourself and at war with the world.
Oh. Okay.
We were just talking about you. At peace with yourself and at war with the world. No, so I don't know. I would say we don't have to be at war with anything. I think that this quote has also been standing out to me too, is I posted it on my story. Don't kill what you hate, save what you love. And so for me, I play out like these like war analogies in my head. It's like if I was at war with someone or at a physical war, right, I would say, would you go to save the person that you love, or would you go and worry about killing the thing that's coming after them, right? Like our initial response for what we love is probably like jump in front of the person or completely go to save what you love. And so that's just how my mind works when I'm thinking of these analogies. I'm like, that does make sense, right? We're not going to go and move away from what we love to go and kill what we hate. We're going to go towards what we love and save that person or that thing or the home or whatever it looks like, right? And so then once we have that covered, then we can go and kill what we hate. Once your back is covered, back to the wall, once you have that sense of, all right, you've got my 6, now where everyone's safe, now I can go and worry about the enemy. But so for me, that's how my mind works. And so I always think of saving what you love, don't kill what you hate. Because if not, I think it can be an energy leak, in my opinion, is like going so far against what you hate. It's like, no, how about we pour into what we love? And that's where that co-creation starts happening, right? Like nothing is created from resistance. Nothing is created from hate or any of that. So for me, if we are looking at it from like a manifestation point or from a co-creative standpoint, from our natural state of being, I think saving what you love is so much more important. So I hope that lands with you. Thank you for tuning in. And so, yeah, I just really felt like so much, I've been feeling pulled to that quote. So I hope it lands with someone. I think that it has so much meaning. And I think that if you are listening, it was meant for you to hear it because, again, it has been super predominant in my field. So I know someone is meant to hear that for sure. So, and keep them coming because I feel like I can really tap in when someone says something like that. I love these questions. So, yeah. So again, when you are focusing, it is an energy link, right? So it's like it's kind of a block. And so we want to remove those blocks. We want to remove the enemy. We want to create that flow, that safety, that ease, especially with manifestation. Like if you're in a fight or flight mode, if your nervous system is not regulated, if you are at freaking war, it's hard to have sex. It's hard to create. It's hard to, bring anything into fruition through manifestation, through science, right? This is probably all backed by science. And so, yeah, like I don't know how anyone can create anything when they're in a state of fight or flight mode or at war, right? And so, yeah, like what is it that you love? Because I think too, what we stand for is what we love, right? So what is it that you want to stand for? What is it that you want more of? And create from that space. Because essentially our social media, our brands, our businesses, it's all our creations. It's all what we're creating, what we're pouring into the world, what we're imprinting the universe with. Because this does stick, and we're imprinting the frequency of the universe with every quality that we're putting out there. And it does affect for generations. It affects your family. It affects your lineage. It affects everything for much longer than you'll be here. So even if it's not a tangible thing, even if it's not a book, even if it's not a 3D thing, it's still imprinting beyond, right? So where, you're saying more to compensate for positioning. Yeah. Where is it that you can really get clear about what it is you stand for? I like to create from that space. My audience knows what I stand for, right? What do I stand for? I stand for manifestation. I stand for co-creation. I stand for speaking your truth. I stand for the qualitative standard, becoming the standard, allowing life to meet you at that standard. I stand for God. I stand for high heels, long legs. Like I love like that. I love seducing the universe. I think that I also love ammo. I love shooting. So that is a huge part of my life. And we're not going to war. We're just exercising our skills in case we have to go to war, you know? But like, yeah, I love, that's like all part of my brand. And like, you can see that on my page. You can see that and you know, okay, this is what she stands for. And so you either like it or you don't, but that's how you find your tribe. That's how you find your audience. And so where can you turn up that potency of what you stand for? Write that down, think about it, meditate on it. And so when your message is precise, it travels without you pushing it, right? We don't have to show them what we don't like because they see what we like. So it's very clear. And it's just becoming more clear. And so again, it can even look like, you know, luck that these people find you. It can look like luck that this business overnight blew up overnight. You got all these people, but really it's a compound effect of creating from what you love so that they see that clarity of who you are, what you stand for, and they feel like, okay, I fit in here. I want to be here. I want to hang out here. I love it here. And so, yeah, what else can we do to just be the embodiment of that, right? Less words, more action, and just more of that inner knowing, because I think that is the main goal, the main objective, the MO. It's like, where can I be more relaxed in my inner knowing, and that relaxed knowing? You know, like why we don't want to have to do, force, perform. And so another thing that came through this morning while I was in this relaxed manner with no caffeine in my body, I was thinking about how it almost feels like playing with fire. Like this work, to me, it feels like playing with fire. It's like that edgy thing, and you are not sure, and you're not sure like how it'll go, right? You don't know what direction it's going to go, but you sit there and you can relax and you can know that the fire is there for your purification. The fire is there for your warmth. The fire is there for your support. And yes, it's powerful, but are we sitting there and feeling like the fear of the fire, or are we going to embrace the fire, feel the warmth, feel the purification, feel the clarity that it's bringing and everything that it's releasing? So I took a note on that because I was like, this is what this work kind of feels like. It's like that dangerous playing with fire, but also all the goodness of it. I don't know if that makes sense to someone, but yeah. And like also being super clear in your standard, right? Like it doesn't mean we have to explain, doesn't mean we have to prove, it doesn't mean that we have to force and be anything that we're not. It just means we have to simply be, and be willing to be seen, be willing to be wrong, be willing to be right, be willing to be judged, but also know that like we are helping these people. They are fueling us, they're healing us. You know, it's bringing us into our next expansion, and we get to take everyone around around and in our environment, we get to take them with us. We get to help them through things that we overcame through our experiences. And so showing up and doing this work, it does feel like playing with fire sometimes, but just know that it's like this compound effect and people need you. Like your niche needs you. Your people need you. And that's all that they need. So again, maybe you feel a leak in a certain area of your life, whether it's messaging, whether it's selling, whether it's visibility, whether it's speaking your truth, right? Like, what is it that you are leaking energy in your area? And if you did tune into the Frequency Wealth, we talked a lot about, you can DM me too if you want Frequency Wealth, just DM me Frequency Wealth, I can send it over to you. But we talked about the anti-ambivalence. And so what I changed it to is the pro-brilliance method. And so this is a lot of what I teach in my classes. And I was like, you know what? Again, why am I killing what I hate? Let's save what we love. I'm calling it the pro-brilliance method. And so by stepping into your pro-brilliance, immediately those unsure, uncertain relationships, the ones that you don't care to be at, the dinners that you wish you could be in your pajamas at home watching Netflix, but you're sitting at dinner with the person who doesn't probably want to be there either, you know, and like, why do that to each other? Just be honest and do the thing that you want to do. And that's where you'll have more of that ignition. And so, yeah. And like, let's see, I think I took some notes on the pro-brilliance, but I just feel like it is such a aha moment for me, and it gets to be so fun. It gets to be so clear. And yeah, I hope this is landing with you guys. I feel like we have such a different energy when I'm in the studio, because at home I'm like playing music, I'm dancing in the beginning, and we can do that too here, I think, but just more of like I feel like it's class in session moment, and that's what we almost named it today, was class in session. So did we name it class in session? Yeah. It is class in session. That's right. I feel like it is such a class in session moment. I'm like, yeah. I'm the teacher. Everybody listen up. Take your notebooks out. You know, take notes. So maybe I'll wear some glasses next time. So yeah, I mean, I've been in every version of this, right? So my business, before I was working in, I was doing modeling, right? So I was going from promotional modeling to bikini modeling, Maxim style shoots. And then I moved into nightclub work, bottle serving, and all the things. And then from there, I was doing Amazon FBA on the side. Like, I self-taught myself how to become an Amazon seller through my house. My living room at one point was a huge like warehouse. I had boxes everywhere. I was selling Amazon products, shipping it to their warehouses, which is what FBA means, fulfillment by Amazon. And so I taught myself all of this on YouTube through expensive mistakes, right? And people would be like, can you teach me how to do Amazon FBA? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, the nights that I stayed up until 3 a.m. on YouTube studying this, or the $3,000 I just lost through the last shipment, you know, like, what do you want to learn? You know, people were like, no, but can you teach me? And I'm like, I guess, like, I could have made a whole course on that alone, right? But like, when you're working with people, you're getting to know their mistakes, their trial and error. It can save you all that time to exceedingly pass these timelines, and you can really exceed and progress quicker and faster and easier than without it. So getting a mentor that you resonate with is a game changer. And so it was so much fun. I actually really loved Amazon FBA, but also Amazon is such a hard company to compete with. And so they were on listings, a lot of their own listings. And so these small sellers like me were not able to beat their prices. And so I was like, how can we beat these prices when Amazon's coming in here on every listing and they're, you know, completely knocking our prices out of the water? We can't compete with them. So anyways, that chapter closed. And so then after that, I did a jewelry company, e-commerce. I still have people buying my necklaces. I don't promote it, but the website is still, the website's still active, and people are still DMing me for these necklaces all the time, like recurring customers. And then I came into this world. And so again, it doesn't have to look a certain way, right? It's like you are building something and pouring into something, right? Even the nightclubs, like I was doing bottle service till 5 a.m. and holding everybody's bills together, holding it all together as a single mom, providing for my family. And in every single chapter, right, I was working, I was showing up, I was doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do, but something felt off, right? Because when we're not in our pro brilliance, it's kind of like a drain. I mean, FBA, Amazon, I loved it. It was really fun for me. So that I would like to say that was a great experience. But everything else, like the nightclubs, you know, it was kind of a force. And so it was kind of like I was pushing and pushing my way into a life that was actually really like, I wasn't designed to flow in that space. And so when I discovered and I stopped forcing, I stopped trying and improving and just going to the work job that I hated, going to, you know, lack of sleep, like not really nourishing my body. When I stopped doing that, I became more precise and I had more of a precision in my desire. And so my nervous system stopped running the businesses. My knowing was actually the thing that was fueling it, right? And everything changed quickly. Actually, it was COVID. So that was actually like the big indicator for me, but I was able to kind of rest and just get into that relaxed knowing. And so everything changed from there. And it was because I got honest about what it was. Like I had the chance to go back to the nightclub, and after experiencing what it was like not being there after the first time in 6 years, I was like, wait, why? I couldn't go back because I've experienced what it feels like on the other side, and I would never want to give this up because now I can actually function with more sleep. I feel healthier. I feel more present. I feel more connected. You know, it's not worth me going back to something that takes those things away from me. The stakes are too high and I can't unsee this. So, and I knew, okay, like there's something here and I'm going to trust it. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the flow and really feel and trust that inner knowing. So that is what we're doing. And so in Play Bigger, it's a live challenge and the pregame is starting on April 28th. And then we do the day 1, April 29th, and day 2 is on the 30th. And so the 30th is at 4 p.m. The 29th is at 9 a.m. and the 28th is at 9 a.m. And we're going to be in studio, and it's 2 days of the most honest, precise, and practical conversation on getting clear on where we are feeling stuck into our next expansion and how we can go into that next expansion with ease, with clarity, through the practices and the frameworks that I've created through all my experiences, through 32 years of life. I'm almost 32, not quite there yet, but you know, and so we're not talking about more logistics, more numbers, more content, right? Another thing to do on your plate. We're talking about the specific places in your business where force is the operating baseline, right? Where potency could play a bigger role and where we can replace force with potency. And so day 1 is where we will leave knowing exactly where your business is still relying on that force. And we can clearly name that constraint. We can clearly put our finger on it. We can clearly feel it, taste it, see it, and know, okay, this is the thing. We're going to turn this ambivalence into brilliance. So day 2, we're going to know exactly what that brilliance looks like, how we can touch it, how we can feel it, how we can name it, what we can do to put our finger on it, right? And we can simplify it, we can strengthen it, and we don't have to carry everything, right? It's a cleaner direction for your next level of growth, for that next expansion. And again, this is not for any industry, any niche. This is for any and all niches. I don't care if you're an Airbnb host, if you are an esthetician, if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you are a personal brand, if you are a musician, right? If you're a content creator, whatever industry, this is going to help you no matter what level of business you're in and no matter what industry of business you're in. And even if it's just for at home too, this goes into, it's all connected. So these aspects are overflowing into every other aspect. So one thing that happens in business is happening at home also. So again, we can reverse engineer, we can figure it out, and it all connects, and it's all going to reflect into every area of overflow. So I hope you guys are excited as I am, because I know that we're meant to play bigger, that we're meant to be the lighthouses, and there's nothing enlightened about playing small. You were designed uniquely by God to do the things that you feel so called to do. And if you've been ignoring them, the time is now to start taking action and to release the uncertainty, release the second guessing, and to know and to trust yourself, because you are worthy of all of it. You are worthy, and simply by existing and simply by desiring it, it's literally placed there because it's meant to be yours, and it already is yours. You just have to take that one step, open up, and allow it to come in. And so if you want to join, you can always DM me. You can always reach out to me directly. My website is here, my email, whatever it is, however you want to reach out. I'm always in my DMs, so just DM me the word bigger. I'll send you the link. And yeah, we'll do the pregame on the 28th. We'll be here in studio. We're going to have so much fun. I feel like I want big colors, bright colors, and just, I want you guys to come in your fullest expression and dress how you want to feel, you know, like put on something that makes you feel bigger than life, larger than life. Tap into that essence, and let's run with it. So if you've been feeling the weight of building through force, or if you feel something coming up within these last minutes that we've been together, trust that, feel it, and know that it's coming through on purpose. And just ask yourself, like, what would it cost you to keep building through force? And how could you reverse engineer that cost, right? Like the exhaustion, the inconsistency, or the malnourishment, or the lack of sleep, right? Like the inconsistency, and really feel into what you know you're capable of building. And so Play Bigger right now is $88, and the cost of staying where you are is so much more than that. So the link is in my bio. DM me if you want to directly get the link, and we will see you on April 28th. Let me check the chat. Let's see. Yeah, if you feel like there is a specific thing that is calling your name and you just don't know how to act on it, right? Like you don't know what the next move is. You don't know what the next step is. This is a place for you. So I can't wait to welcome you in. I can't wait to celebrate you. I can't wait to witness you in your next level of expansion. And yeah, I love you guys. I will see you on the 28th. Mwah.